and this speaker is really a very amazing speaker because she spent 5 decades in Gulf region. So 5 decades means a lot. So she knows everything about women in Gulf area. She can even compare how's the life in UAE with Saudi Arabia, with Kuwait, with Oman. She is an international speaker. She is a financial consultant. She is she has a lot of introduction I can do, but I would like to invite her. Um, I will not be a gap between you and her. So I would like to invite her now so she can explain her brief introduction and the talk of the day. So mic is on Miss Sandy.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Musa, for that wonderful introduction. And so I'm going to get right into it. And the way I introduce myself is, my name is Sandi Saksena, and I'm a queen. So a lot of people ask me, what do you mean you're a queen? I said, well, I've got a crown tattooed on my forehead, if you can see. It's because in the worlds of people who do a lot of work, they say you wear many hats. So hats are for men, and because I'm a queen, I wear crowns. And because I can't carry so many crowns around, that's the reason why I have it on my forehead. So that's my introduction. I'm a person who's very much into empowerment of women, because that is something very close to my heart. When I started out in my career, I'm not like most women who, started out right out of university and then continued in their career. I did it the other way around. And so for 22 years of my married life, I was a mom, which was the most important job for me. But circumstances changed. And when we arrived in Dubai, we were going through financial challenges, and that's when I decided to get myself a job. So there was me, 44 years old, university degree, and that's it. I couldn't write a CV because I had nothing more to say, but I needed a job. And I went through the whole thing of interviews and getting people to sometimes say, okay, fine, we know you, so why don't you come down to the office and we'll see what we can do. But to cut a long story short, I was rejected over and over and over again. And that was when I first discovered what a strong person I truly am. And so for me, it was, I believe in myself. I'm confident that if I'm given an opportunity, I will not disappoint. I will make the best of it. And more important, I believe in the universe. And so if I have a prayer and I'm very specific on what I want, I will get it. So no matter how many times I was rejected and how many times I got a no, I had only one prayer: open one door for me, and I will walk through and do it. Not which door. I never complained about why aren't you opening the door. No, it was open one door, and the door opened, and I joined an amazing company. And all these years, that's 23 years, I have stayed with the same company. It's called Nexus Insurance Brokers. And the beautiful part about that is Nexus does not have any problems on gender. If you are a good performer, you are rewarded. In fact, most of our admin staff is all female. And amongst the sales staff, when I joined 23 years ago, we were not that many, but now we are at least 40% of the sales force. So that says a lot about looking at people's capabilities as opposed to looking at gender. The other thing which was wonderful is if you show competence, if you show leadership, if you show initiative, you are rewarded. And so when when I said I would like to be a sales manager, have my own team, develop people, especially women, to be good, successful sales consultants so they could achieve their dreams because they have the finances to do so, there was no problem. But I'm glad to say I'm the only female sales manager till now. Why? Because maybe the others didn't think they could do it. So that brings me to my next point is if you want something, just do it. Yes. Will there be challenges? The answer is yes. But are you going to let those challenges keep you from achieving your dreams? Or are you going to find a way of doing it? So that's the most important thing. So I'm going to be looking more towards what Dr. Musa asked us to talk about. And so the point was balance of work life and what are the responsibilities. Now, we know as women, a lot of us have to juggle between spouse and children and perhaps extended family. So in my case, because I went into the workforce much later, it was a different scenario. But family is very important. And as a mother who's always been there, like me, hands on, it was very important to explain to my children and my family why I needed to go out and do this job and why I needed their support. Because this should be teamwork. It should be something where you're encouraged and you're appreciated by your family as well. However, if there is no understanding and cooperation and you still feel strongly about what you should be doing because this is your dream, this is something that you have always wanted to do in your life, you should do it. Yes, you should go out because you should not compromise on your dreams. If you can help somebody else, for example, your children or your spouse, achieve their dreams, what about you? Don't you deserve to have a dream? Don't you deserve to go out and do what you would like to do? And that depends entirely on you. So don't compromise, and sooner or later, your family will get used to it. So don't worry about that. And now I come to, am I a leader? Of course I am. And so are you. I do not compete with anyone. A leader does not compete. I just do what I want to do. I achieve my goals. I have set for myself. I work on the challenges. I focus. I give my best. So that's exactly what you should do. If you want to truly be a leader, you could have an amazing education. You can have lots of opportunities. You can have doors open for you. But at the end of the day, it's you. You are the person who will make that decision to be a leader or a follower. The decision is always yours. When we talk about male dominated, yeah, I've been hearing this for years and years and years. Male dominated, this, that, and the other, glass ceiling, whatever. It's a perception that continues to be perpetuated by the media, by academia, by all kinds of, and people are spending years and doing all kinds of research about something that we already know. Okay, so what are we going to do about it? And who's going to make that change? Right? So my thing is, don't buy into this, right? You want to do something, don't sit in the box. Open it and just come out. Discover, enjoy, conquer. You have the prerequisites. Go for it. Whether it's the workplace, whether it's the business world, whatever. Whether it's politics. You want to do it, just go ahead and do it. So it's your mountain and you need to climb it. You can take advice from others, you can learn from others, but you need to climb it by yourself. Once you do that and you've achieved it, you can be anything you want. So think about it. You are the leader and you have followers. The world is full of followers. Do you want to be one of them? Or do you want to lead? So, what are the significant barriers in my career? This is what the next question. Believe it or not, it was getting women to become financially independent. Isn't that funny? To secure their financial being, to be decisive, to be independent of the males. So, unfortunately, when I started out, most of my clients were male. And I would always insist on speaking to the spouse and said, she needs to be involved in this. And he would say to me, she doesn't need to know this. This is a decision that I will make. And I thought to myself, but you are deciding on the financial well-being of another person and you don't want them to know about it? Shouldn't they be involved? If you are not in the picture, shouldn't they know what to do? Where you have your investments, what kind of things you've done so that they can carry on, they can support you? Why not? But it was very difficult. And that's why I started creating programs for financial literacy for women, because this is an empowerment tool. Knowledge is power. And when you are more knowledgeable about your finances, you know what questions to ask, you are aware of what is available in the market, then you can speak from a place of confidence. Then you can know exactly what you should be doing. And this is instilling leadership skills in you as an individual. Whether you choose to work or not, it's not important. You need to be aware so that you can lead your families, you can lead people in social groups, you can do CSR, you can do so many things in which you're a leader. So let's see what is the best way to go about it. I work to be the best version of myself. You know why? Because I can never be a better version of somebody else, right? And that applies to you. If you want truly to be a leader in the office, in your business, in your family, anywhere, you need to be your true self, a better version of you. So you are unique, and so am I. And why do I say that? You and I are as unique as our thumbprint. Nobody else has it. Right? Doesn't that make you special? Makes me special. And that's the reason why I feel so empowered. So if anybody is listening to this session today, you are you, that's truer than true. Because you can never be a better someone else. So look at focus, look at determination, look at dreams, look at challenges, and apply all this to yourself. Sometimes you need help, and that's great. You can approach mentors, you can approach a lot of people who can guide you to do this. But you have to be very clear on what you want. And if you're not really clear and you had a lot of social conditioning that doesn't make you confident about yourself, this is the time to change. This is the time for you to get in touch with me because I can help you do that. It is important to remember that you are always called upon to achieve things. And more important, they should be your things, your dreams, your aspirations. You require all of that, right? So go ahead with that and see how you can make yourself far more powerful than you truly are. Do you agree with that, Dr. Musa? I can't hear you.
It's amazing. I can see that it has a life experience. It's not only an advice. This advice is full of experience and case studies. So, and I know, yeah, you can talk an hour, and I
Oh,
mean,
no, I'm going to finish
it
now.
will be full of this, But of course, because we are tied up in a sequence of speakers where they have to speak, and so we have to wind up. But I have a question for you, which is quite practically an encounter. And after listening your deep discussion, which is full of experience, so I always see women. Generally married women who's say engineer, doctor, chartered accountants, and environmentalist, because as a group CEO, we do interviews quite frequently, and a lot of friend fellows, they also give a reference that we should help them to adjust in UAE somewhere. So when I sit with them, I see that, I mean, you can say that 60 to 65% married with small kids, who don't have a nanny structure in their countries. They are sleepless. They are taking care of the kids. There are mother-in-law and father-in-law issues of the cultural stuff. Still, there is a bold woman inside that woman that wants to do something unique. She want to give a better life to herself. But culture, people, negativity around them really stops. So I want you to give your experienced advice to such women because they are listening to this program that how to handle this way in a positive manner to so they can reach to their goals without any stress.
Okay, so number one, this is for the individual woman herself. She must be very clear in what she would like to do, right? And if she is facing some kind of opposition or not getting the kind of support that she requires, it is always her who will make that decision whether I'm going to cross this line of being the doormat and step out. And when she steps out, believe it or not, there could be a lot of problems taking place in the house. But if she's clear and she continues what she's doing, everybody else will fall into place. But it's always her who must have the courage, even if she's
So,
not
so your
supported.
conclusion is that she should stand up, take the action, and pursue the goal
Absolutely.
without considering any
Yes,
stuff.
she doesn't have to be rude. She doesn't have to disregard what the older people, she should show due respect to them. But that does not mean that she sacrifices her dreams and goals. She is a human being too. And she is not born into this world to serve other people.
Yes, that's great. That's an amazing message. I think it is very self-explanatory and people will think about it. And with this question, I would like to thank you for being a part of us. And I hope that in the future I can speak more about this topic exclusively with you so the audience can get a great value.
Thank you so much, Dr. Musa, for having me on the show. And I shall remain tuned to hear the rest of the ladies speak. Thank you so
That's
much.
great. So nice of you.